You guys got any questions, go ahead and stop me. If I do not have an answer to your question, I will ask you for a little bit of time so I can get you a correct answer, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Starting off on the front, we do have our propane tanks. Now, quick question. Do you guys plan on doing more camping in the woods or at an RV park?
Probably more at the RV parks, but I don't.
Sometimes
but we
out in
will
the
do the woods, yeah.
Okay, just so I know how to explain certain things to you, okay?
Yeah, both.
All right, so right now we do have 2 propane tanks. This is your regulator up here, okay?
Okay.
This little thing right here indicates which tank is going to be pulled from first, all right?
Okay.
So when, right now it's indicated to this tank. When this tank goes empty, you'll see the little red tab in there, which it is right now because I got the propane off.
Okay.
Okay. When I turn it on, the red tab will go away, you see?
Yeah.
When it goes empty, the red tab will pop up, telling you that this tank is empty, that is pointing to.
And it's time to switch over.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. In that instance, you switch it over to the other side, remove the tank, go fill it up, so this way you guys constantly have a full tank.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Outside of that, you guys do have your front stabilizer jack up here. You guys do have a little Nightlight, and also your up and down button. In case you guys do run out of battery, you can't take off this top little rubber piece. There is a hand crank in your front compartment, so you can crank it up and down and get it on and off your truck, okay?
Okay.
Outside of that, you guys do have
So one of these is light and one of them is lift and
Yes,
lower,
sir.
right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right.
Now, if at any time, sometimes people, bringing it up and down, not paying attention, talking, they will over-amp it, okay? If at any point in time this stops working, there is a fuse over here on the side. Inside this red fuse holder, double check this fuse. If this ever was to stop working, it's probably because it popped the fuse. All right, so just give you a heads up on that.
Okay.
You guys do have 1 battery here. Now, if you guys plan on doing more camping in the woods for multiple days, I would suggest upgrading to a 2nd battery and a battery disconnect, which will conserve your power over multiple days. Now, if you guys are just going out for a day or 2, you should be okay. But if you're going to stretch it longer than that, you will have to get some extra juice up here. Okay?
And there's for a spare battery, there's a space?
There is space, yes, sir. You can put a 2nd battery box here, wire them, boom, 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 okay?
Okay. Okay.
Make sure if you guys do upgrade to a 2nd battery, you do get deep cycle marine batteries because they are meant to be drained and recharged. Regular batteries are not meant for that, okay?
Okay. Oh, and this, does it just sit on there or does it clip somehow or something?
It does sit on here. Now, this one does not come with a bungee cord, but you could get a small bungee cord and run it from one side, and the other side has a clip over here on the other side.
I see that.
I do suggest that because it will keep it from flying off when you guys are on the highway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, a small bungee cord will go a long way.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Moving on over here, buddy, you do have your data plate. This tells you all your weights and everything, okay? This over here tells you all your tire pressures and all your information about your coach, all right?
Okay.
This is your front compartment. That little hand crank down there, that's going to be the crank for your front jack.
Okay.
Okay.
And, and the other piece is the base for that.
Just the foot, yes, sir. I removed the foot because it's easier to do the hitch stuff.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I gotcha. Okay. Oye, okay. Can I just show her something real quick that you were showing me? Es que esta no se monta, puede volar, pero dice que puedo poner un cordón de aquí abajo hasta aquí, entonces puedo comprar algo. Y luego noté esta marca, no le dije. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
No problem, buddy. No problem. You guys take your time. This is your coach. Any point, you go ahead and stop me, all right?
Okay.
Moving on back here, you guys do have a 30 amp cord, okay? Now, you guys say you're going to be staying in RV parks mostly, right?
Mostly.
RV parks have 30 amp, 50 amp connections, okay?
Right.
Let's just say you guys run into an RV park that only has a 50. You could buy an adapter, connect it to here, and connect it into the 50 amp circuit.
Okay.
And that will run this whole coach.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Now, if you had a 50 amp coach and they only had a 30 amp service, you would still be able to connect, but only run half the stuff.
Okay.
You guys won't have that problem.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. What about if I were to, if I want to plug it into 120 and I got an adapter?
You could do that also.
But I'd run half the stuff?
Yes, sir. It would cut down on some of your power. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Right. And this is electric, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's inside?
That's inside. There's a button inside.
If for some reason battery dies, something fails, is there a way to hand crank that or something as well?
On some of them there are. On this one, To my knowledge, no.
So how would it go in the event of emergency?
That is a answer I do not have, but when you guys go into finance and come out, I will get that answer for you.
Okay. Yeah. Important to know.
Yes, sir. That, I'm not going to lie to you and give you a BS answer, buddy. I will go find the real answer for you.
And the stabilizers, if those are electric as well?
Yes, sir.
If they were to fail, is there a way to crank those?
There's a hand crank for those also.
Is it the same crank?
No, it's a different crank. I'll show you that once we get inside.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, over here on your dump station, you guys do have 2 tanks down here. You guys got your gray tank and your black tank.
Okay.
Gray tank is anything that goes down a sink or a drain. Black tank is anything that goes down your toilet. All right?
Okay. What about shower? Is gray?
Your shower's gray.
Okay.
Any drain between your shower, your sinks, your kitchen sink, any regular water drain. This is gray tank, and black tank is toilet only.
Okay.
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 Now, when connecting this, you will connect your sewer hose, run it out. First thing you want to dump, and my suggestion is your black tank. Okay. You let
Black
all that
first.
stuff go out. Okay.
Okay.
Then once everything's out of your black tank, you could come and pull your gray tank, and what that does, it helps get rid of some of the poop that's left over in your pipes. Okay. Whenever you do put your cap on, you close everything up. Do keep in mind the next time you do come and open this, there may be a little bit of residual in there, so do be careful. Stand off to the side. Maybe wear some gloves or something. All right.
Okay. And while we're camping, 3 or 4 days, whatever, I don't just leave it constantly flowing.
No. And this is the reason why.
Okay.
Inside your black tank, you want a proper mixture between liquids and solids. Okay. And if you do not do that, what's going to wind up happening? You're going to get yes, sir. You're going to get a big pile up. It'll get hard and slushy down there, and it's going to create an issue.
Okay.
So do make sure that if doing number 2, do put some water in the bowl. You know what I mean? So when it does go down there, you do have a mixture, so stuff doesn't get all, solidified or whatever the word is inside the bottom of the tank. Okay.
Cuando hacen pulpo, ponen agua en la taza y luego poco y tiran. Ajá.
Alright.
Porque si no va a secar todo por dentro y va a haber problemas bloqueados y todo.
Now, also when you're dumping your black tank, you never want to dump it at 1/3. I usually do it at 2/3 because it helps with the mixture. Okay.
And there's a level inside that shows
yes,
the
sir.
black
I
tank.
will show you guys the monitor panel once we head inside, so you guys could check those levels.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. After black, after gray, is there a way to rinse it out?
Yes, sir.
Before we cap it?
Yes, sir. Once we get around, it's over here towards the back.
Okay.
When you guys are at the RV park, this is where you're going to connect your cable to for your TV.
Okay.
Okay. When you
No,
guys
por
are at the
dentro.
water park,
Los teles por dentro.
at the RV park, you have 2 ways of getting water. You have your portable water tank, which you would take with you to the woods. That's on the other side. I'll show you. This one is going to be the one you're going to use mostly. This is at the RV water park. You will run the hose from their spigot straight into here, turn it on.
Okay.
That will give you unlimited water, okay? And it will also give you water pressure, so you do not have to turn your water pump on the inside, all right?
Okay.
Got your spare tire over here. These caps at the end on your bumper pop off. This is where you're going to take that sewer hose and put it in here, okay? And once you put that sewer hose in here, you put this cap back on. It keeps it vented, and also so you don't have to have that poopy hose inside your storage compartment. You know what I mean? It's isolated over there.
Popo en nuestro store. Okay. Y está ventilado.
You speak better Spanish than me, my guy.
Yeah?
Yes, and I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah?
Man.
Yeah?
Yes,
15 years, man.
This is how it comes from factory. They just foam it up so no little critters or stuff to get
Para
back
que no
in
entra
there.
bichos y cosas.
There's the scratch.
Yeah, just a small scratch. I can write it up for warranty. All they're gonna have me do is probably paint over it real quick.
Lo pueden right pintar. Yeah, I think once we're done, she can show everything she's noticing. I was gonna ask, the stabilizers, like where does the jack go?
Over here on this side, buddy. This little crank right here.
Okay.
This is the back one. You also got a stabilizer jack in front.
Okay.
If you do lose power, this is when you're gonna put the jack at to crank it up.
Oh, and if I crank that, it cranks both rear.
Both legs at
Or
the
both
same
front
time.
or-
Yes,
yeah.
sir. The back one does both back. The front one does both fronts.
Okay. Okay. All right. And that crank you said is inside?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's where the pre-wired camera is.
Yes, sir.
And okay, I got it.
over here, buddy, these are your buttons for your rear stabilizer jacks, okay?
Okay.
Now, these are non-weight bearing. What that means is if you catch a blowout on your tires, you cannot put these down to hold up the coach while you change the tire, okay?
Yeah.
What these are meant for is once you guys get to your RV park, you put these down to keep the unit from rocking when you're inside, okay?
Sí, esos no son tan fuertes de subirlo para cambiar llantas, es simplemente para nivelizarlo.
nivel.
Ajá, ajá.
Okay, now when putting these down, you want them to touch the floor and just snug you up just a little bit. You do
Okay.
not want it to lift up the coach, you just want it to give it a little bit of stabilization, okay?
Yeah, yeah, and I can't level it with those either, right?
No,
Level
sir.
it under the tires
Yes.
and then stabilize it.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right.
All right? You guys do have an outside little shower, okay?
Okay.
This is your black tank flush, all right? This is after you drain out your black tank, you could take your water hose, connect it to here, turn it on. What that's gonna do is gonna spray the inside of your tank with water to help clean off some of the toilet paper and the residue that's left over, okay?
Okay.
Do keep in mind when doing this, you wanna keep your black tank closed and keep an eye on the monitor panel inside because it will be filling up that tank because it's putting water into it, okay? Once it gets up to 2/3 to full, you go ahead out here, pull the thing, and let it all drain out.
Okay. So I don't open black and gray and connect it here.
No, sir. You do
It
not.
just kind of runs through.
Do not ever want to have black and gray open at the same time.
Okay.
And the reason why is because the black tank and the gray tank are connected at that dump unit. If you have both of them at the same time, there's a chance that they could black flow into each other. You could get black tank stuff into your gray tank.
Okay.
So only open up one tank at a time, okay? Never
Okay.
open up both at the same time, all right?
Okay. And these, how do they pull down?
These?
Okay.
Okay. And then to fold them up, pop them back in.
And this is to hold the door open with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can that be a soda opener too?
A beer opener, huh?
Yeah.
If they made it out of metal, it would be, but
Okay.
I'm a guy for better stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
With your awning, super important rule, but you never want to go to sleep with your awning out and never go too far away with your awning open. The reason why, this is a giant parachute, okay?
Yeah.
You catch the wrong gust of wind during monsoon season or something, it's going to tear this whole thing off.
Que nunca dormimos o salimos con esto, sí. Yeah. Okay. Buttons to retract, that's all inside as well?
Inside. One other thing I would like to show you on rainy days, let's just say you guys had a picnic table set up over there. You could play with this bar right here. This bar adjusts the pitch. When fully extended, you can pull down on this bar and it will bring this side of the awning down. So if it's raining, your mud pile will be over here, which keeps your picnic table area somewhat dry.
Oh, there's a way inside to do that?
Let me extend it all the way and I'll show you how to work.
Okay. Dice que hay manera, si está lleno de agua o algo, que puedes bajar un lado para que todo caiga.
Okay, when extending the awning, you see how this bottom drop drops?
Yeah.
You can extend it a little bit more, but this is going to be the point where you're going to want to stop, when that bottom drop drops out flat, okay?
Okay.
Now, let's just say it's raining, you can pull this side down, and you see how it changes the pitch?
Oh, okay.
So all the rain, todo agua vi aquí, and el otro lado está bien. Okay? Just make sure the other side could do that also, so you guys could change it up.
Okay.
Just make sure before you do run this back in, this does have to be in the straight position, all right?
Okay. Question,
Sir?
if for some reason we were to lose battery power, is there a crank or a way to manually close this?
I do believe so. It's gonna be to get to, but this little rubber tab up here, that rubber tab comes off of there, there's
okay.
a socket,
Yeah.
and then you can hand crank it close.
Okay. Es que hay más que perdí la batería de hacer todo manual con eso. Is it the same crank?
No, sir, this is gonna be a socket.
That's inside too?
No, this does not come with a crank or a socket for that.
Okay, it's a socket.
It's just a regular socket. I don't
Okay.
remember the size off the top of my head, but
Okay.
it is just a regular socket.
Okay.
3/8.
3/8?
3/8?
Okay.
Okay.
Just make
Cool.
sure you got a little 1/4-inch ratchet set.
Yeah.
The impact, and then
Okay.
always check fuses first.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, and you'll show me the fuse
I'ma
box
get
when we
to
get
that,
inside.
yes, sir, once
All
we
right.
get inside.
Fire, jumping ahead, Monty.
Now we all good, my guy. This is the back of your fridge. Nothing to do back here except for us to do basic maintenance and stuff.
Okay. I never have to change like whether it's propane or electric or none
You
of
don't
that.
have to do nothing over here. Once we get inside, I'll show you how to operate that, okay?
Okay. Okay.
This is the back of your furnace. Now, do keep in mind when you're running your furnace, it does get hot. So if you got any little ones or anything running around, do be careful because they could get scalded in the face, okay? Because they're about that height, you know what I mean? And it does blow hot air. Same thing with your water heater. Your water heater also blows hot air, so you do want to be careful, okay? Now, super important for me. If you guys are not going to use this unit for longer than 2 weeks, drain out all water in your unit, okay?
Okay.
And the reason why is, with your water heater, Arizona has real bad water, so you'll get a calcium buildup in there. Anything longer than 2 weeks, you drain everything, okay? Now, I'm going to break down how to drain your water heater for you.
Okay.
First things first, do not use the water heater or turn it on for the day, okay? And the reason why is because you do not want to be dealing with burning hot water, all right? Second thing you're going to do, you're going to pull this tab, and you see how the water comes out? You're going to hold this tab open until all the water runs out of there.
Okay.
This right here is a 1 16th socket you're going to need for this end rod.
Okay.
All right? With this in the open position, with all the water finished running out, you're going to grab your 1 16th socket, back this handle rod out, let all the water dump out, put your handle rod in here for the next time, and then leave it, all right? Next time you come to use this thing, you'll reinstall your handle rod, make sure this is closed, connect to your city water, turn on your city water, go inside, turn on any sink on hot. You're gonna see a little bit of water come through, then you're gonna hear a bunch of air. Once water starts coming through your faucet again, that means your water heater is filled up.
Okay.
Now you could double check that by coming out here and pulling on this tab. If water comes out of there, that means you got water inside your water heater, so you could go ahead and light it up.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And a lot of people trip out, and so do I in the beginning. The water does not affect anything as far as electrical in here, okay?
Okay. And I don't need to ever say whether this is running off electric or gas, or it just always runs off gas.
It just always runs
Do I need to light the pilot or anything like that?
No, sir.
Take the water?
No, the water está bien. No problema, okay? This is only a propane one. I will show you how to operate that once we get inside, okay?
Okay.
This is your fresh water, your portable water inlet, okay?
Okay.
This is if you guys were gonna go to the woods. You will pop this open, stick a hose in here, turn it on. Once water starts shooting back at you, that means it's full. Allow it to finish burping itself. Once water stops shooting back at you, you could close this up, and you guys got about 40 to 50 gallons of water to take with you.
Okay.
Okay? Now you do have a couple different water sources. You have your gray tank and your black tank, your water heater, and then your fresh water. Now,
Okay.
underneath your coach, in between your two tires, there's a blue water hose with a cap on it. Okay? This water hose with the blue cap on it, this is your fresh tank. All right?
Oh, okay.
Right here. So to dump your fresh tank, you just have to unscrew that cap, allow the water to run out.
On the blue hose, unscrew the
Yes,
cap.
sir. Right
Okay.
now, I do have your portable tank full, so I can show you everything on the monitor panels working.
Okay.
All right? But if you're gonna store this, like I said, for longer than 2 weeks, make sure you pull that plug at the bottom. I work on these things. A lot of people, they don't understand. Out of sight, out of mind. There's many a times where I drop this underbelly and I look at that fresh tank and people left water in there so long, they got green algae and all types of stuff. They don't see it, so they're in there brushing their teeth, washing their hair and all that, and it's nasty water, you know what I mean? Anything longer than 2 weeks, you dump your gray, your black, water heater, and your fresh tank. Eliminate all the water out your unit.
And the
Anything
fresh tank is a blue one underneath.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's super, super important, brother, right?
Okay. And today, before we leave, we can drain it all?
I will drain that for you if you like. Yes, sir.
Everything. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to park it. Okay.
You guys do have the option of a couple outlets out here if you guys wanted to connect something extra.
Okay. And the switch for the LED is inside?
Inside, yes, sir.
Okay. This.
A little bit of silicone. I got it cleaned off.
Mostralo todo después.
This is your front stabilizer jack button. This controls this one up here.
Okay.
Okay, so you got your back one and your front one. You guys are pre-wired for solar. So if you
Right.
guys did decide to upgrade to solar, they have like the outdoor ones where you put over here on like a table type thing and you plug into here. And this way is pre-wired, so we don't have to charge you to run any extra wires to get everything working.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You guys got any questions about the outside?
No, just remember how I can close
Yes,
that
sir.
manually
Yes,
when
sir.
we're done.
Once we're all done, I'll go over everything, all the information that I have to get to you, so we're clear. And when you guys go into finance, I will go get all that for you, and then we'll meet back up.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, what'd she say?
Why is there water there?
Oh, because they just got finished washing it.
Apenas rola.
Water. Anything else for outside for you guys?
How do I close that, or does it do it, or do I got to release it or something?
No. The steps. First things first. Always make sure you guys have the screen door all the way open. And the reason why is when this comes up and down, you don't want this to be banging on your screen door. Okay?
Okay.
When it goes in, you turn the knob and it locks behind you, locking it into place. To open it, you drop it down.
Okay.
Now to change your height on your legs, they just have pins. Pop the pins out, adjust your legs to where you want them at, put the pins back in.
Okay.
Okay? I really like these stairs. These stairs are solid stairs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those back stairs, you could bounce on them, you know? These are solid stairs, buddy.
Okay.
You guys want to head up inside?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You got your monitor panel up here, okay?
Okay.
First things first, we got your battery. Your battery will always read full. You got empty, 1/3, 2/3, and full. Your battery will always read full as long as you're plugged in with your short cord. If you want the true reading of your battery while you're out somewhere, make sure you're unplugged and come back and press this button. I just installed a new battery the other day, so that's a brand new battery, okay? Then we have your fresh tank, your portable water you would take with you to the woods. As you see, I left it full so you can see that the monitor panel works.
Okay.
Then you have your black tank, anything that goes down your toilet. And your gray tank 1, anything that goes down the sink. Gray tank 2 will not be anything. These are just like a basic panel, just in case people wanted to add extra
So there
stuff.
is no grade 2.
There is no grade 2, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Then we have your awning button here.
Okay.
Retract and extend, okay?
Okay.
We have your exterior awning lights. These are the LED light strips that run across the top, okay?
Exterior lights. Okay.
You have your interior light button. Now, as you can see, not everything runs off of the interior light button, okay? There's going to be multiple lights that you're physically going to have to go over and turn off manually, okay? Outside of that, you have your water pump. Only time you would need to use your water pump is when you guys are out in the woods using your portable water. If you're connected to city water, you do not need the water pump because it's already coming in with pressure.
Okay.
Okay.
And if I'm running on the water tank,
Yes, sir.
and I turn the pump on, I don't need to turn it on, use it, and turn it off. It's going to
No.
automatically cycle.
It's automatically going to cycle. What
Okay.
you do in that instance,
Okay.
you turn on the water pump, you'll hear it, and then it gets to the point where it pressurizes all the lines.
Okay.
Once it does that, you can turn on your faucet, use it, and just leave your water pump on. It
Okay.
will only activate when the pressure needs to be built up and pushed out.
Okay.
Okay? Outside of that, we have your propane for your water heater. Okay? Now, whenever you guys get to where you're going to get to, I want you to go outside, turn on your propane tanks. Come back inside over to the stove, and I want you to ignite the stove burners, all 3. Let them burn for like 20, 30 seconds. What that does, it pressurizes all your lines with LP. So that means as soon as you go to turn on your water heater, it would ignite the first time because you have LP present at the line. If you do not do that process, each time this thing ticks to like tick, tick, it's slowly going to pull that propane from the front of the coach to the back of the coach. So I have people sometimes be like, oh, well, I tried to turn it on like 5 times and it didn't light. Well, that's because it's taking so long for the propane from the front to the back. If they will go ahead and spark up the stove, that primes all your lines. So propane's readily available at all access points.
Okay.
Okay? Outside of that, you guys do have your slide button. And it does go in and out.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions about your monitor panel?
And the water heater is only propane, right?
Only propane.
Okay.
Now, if the water heater does not light, we have this fault thing right here, okay?
Okay.
A red light will come under the fault, and it will say that it did not light. Okay, in that instance, I want you to go ahead and restart the process. Turn on the propane tanks, reignite the stove, let it burn for 30 more seconds, try it again. It should kick on, like I said, the first time. If not, it would definitely kick on the second time.
Okay.
All right? Outside of that, we do have USB and regular outlets over here.
And that USB is like charger?
Yes,
for
sir.
charge?
Yeah, for your phone, you know, instead of putting in the regular piece that goes in here, you can pull out the plug and plug it straight into there.
Okay.
You guys' stove area, do make sure when traveling, this stove glass is down and closed so it's not bouncing around and it doesn't shatter on you.
Para viajar tiene que estar cerrado.
Okay. This does have a cool little nightlight feature, which I do like.
Okay.
With your fridge. To turn your fridge on and off, you press the button.
Okay, is that just the light or that's the compressor and everything?
This is to turn the fridge on, period. Okay?
Okay, so it starts cooling.
Yes, sir. Right now, no light means it's off.
Okay.
You push it to turn it on. As long as you're plugged in, it's going to run off of electricity.
Okay.
As soon as you unplug, it takes about 10 seconds and it will switch over to propane on its own. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if it does not switch over to propane, a red light will pop up telling you that the propane's not activated back there.
Okay.
All right? This is why turning on the propane and sparking up the stove is so important, because with your water heater, your furnace, and your stove, when you want the propane to light, it will be there automatically. Okay? So make sure, like I said, real big on prepping your lines with the stove burning. Okay?
Okay. And if I leave and forget to turn off the propane, this will run until finally there's out of propane, right?
Yes, sir. But as long as you're plugged in, it's going to pull from electricity first.
Right.
The only time it will go over to propane is if you disconnect.
Okay. So we could essentially travel and keep our food cold.
Yes, sir.
I just got to remember if I want to... Oh, but if I shut it off here, it won't even run on propane either,
It won't
right?
even run on propane. So what you would do is you'll leave it on. You go out there, make sure you spark your stove up. You go out there, you will unplug. After you unplug, you'll hear a click in your fridge after 10 seconds. Then you'll start hearing the ticking. It will be igniting the propane, and then it will light up. Like I said, if it does not, a red light will come on there. Okay?
Se puede usar luz y propane. Entonces, si estamos viajando, tienes comida por dentro,
No le pasa nada.
se va a seguir enfriando.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's all we got inside your fridge, bud.
Y no se cambia el filtro ni nada.
No.
We have you guys thermostat over here. Okay? This is a touchpad thermostat. Now, the first setting is your fan. I always suggest leaving your fan on auto. If you put it on low or high, it's going to run 24/7 until you change the setting. Okay? Next one is your air conditioner.
And that's cool and heat, the thermostat?
Yes, sir. The first one's fan. The second one is your AC. This third one right here says furnace. That's your furnace, okay? Now, after you run your furnace, it will run. And let's just say you turn your furnace off. After you turn your furnace off, you will hear a fan down there running for about 10-15 minutes after you shut it down.
And how do you turn the furnace off? Same button?
Yeah, same button. You just click it, the mode, until it says off at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay?
And temperature adjustment?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Up and down.
Okay.
Okay? Now, when you turn off your furnace, you're going to hear that fan run for about 10-15 minutes after you turn off your furnace. What it's doing is the fan is cooling down the heating unit under there, so you don't got a burning hot heating unit under there. I have a lot of people panic. I turned it off and it still runs. No, it's just cooling itself down.
Okay. And
This is your breaker box, buddy. You got all your fuses. You got everything from 10 to 15 to 40 amp fuses. Everything here is labeled. You also do have all your breakers on the other side.
So if I want to get spares, I need 10, 15, and 40s?
I would suggest going to AutoZone, buying a box, okay? Now, I do believe the radio has like a 1.5 fuse behind it. I do believe your jack, for your stabilizer jack, I do believe that's either a 10 or a 20 amp fuse.
The one on the battery up there?
Yes, sir. Now, I would suggest getting a box of a whole bunch of different fuses. Miscellaneous ones, maybe spend $10 on it, okay? You just don't want something to not work over a 50-cent fuse while you guys are out on a trip, you know?
Agreed, yeah.
So do make sure you get everything from 1.5 fuses all the way up to 40.
So all fuses are here except for the one up at the batteries for the jack?
Yes, sir. And then the radio
one
has one behind it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So if ever something stops working, you want to check your fuses and your breaker first, okay?
Okay. All right. And turn on the AC. How do you do that?
Same thing all off of here, buddy. You got fan.
Mm-hmm.
Your cool, which is your AC mode.
Mm-hmm.
Furnace, which is your heat mode. And then off.
And can you turn cool on just so I can hear it?
Mm-hmm. It'll take a couple seconds, but it will activate. Now you guys do have this little thing to open and close.
Okay.
Okay. Now if you guys were sleeping and you guys didn't have company here, I would close this, and this will push more air down the ducts. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering about. I was actually thinking of buying like some things to cover these up.
Yes, sir.
But that'll shut all this off and
Well,
push
that would
everything
just
like
shut this part down. Now you will still feel a little bit of air coming out of here.
Okay.
So you may want to get something to block off, you know, the couple little vents in here.
Okay.
I like to be cold when I sleep, and I figure if
Yeah.
I was you, I spent this money on the coach. I want the AC. You know what I mean? So you may want to look into something to, you know, maybe cover these. That is your option.
Okay. And a filter for this?
Yes. This pops off up here. You push these two tabs. This slides off. The air, the filter's in there. You can blow it off with air. Or you can get yourself a new filter, whatever you choose on doing.
Okay. All right.
Moving on to the bathroom, you have your main GFI outlet here, okay?
Okay.
So that means if any of your outlets pop, this is where you come reset and you test it at, okay?
Okay.
You do have a medicine cabinet up here.
Okay.
You do have your light switch,
Okay.
okay? Sink, your regular little cabinet down here.
Okay.
With your toilet, whenever going number 2, like I said, step on the pedal a little bit, allow the water to build up, and then drop your number 2 all the way, okay?
So that same pedal does both?
Yes, sir. If you lightly step on it, it will shoot water out. If you fully step on it, it will push everything through.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I show her that real quick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or sí, para ver cómo operar la casa. Si lo
Esta?
empujas poquitito,
Poquitito, entry
Y sale
agua.
agua.
se da
Okay.
agua.
Todo,
Se va.
okay?
Ajá, se tira.
So, whenever entry la baño, entry agua, and then tíralo
Ah,
todo,
bien.
okay?
Okay.
Mhm. Oh, that fan up there?
Yes, sir. It has a button.
Okay.
Turn it on and off. And then it has a little turn knob to open up that vent and close
Oh,
it.
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
with a light.
that's a fantastic fan.
I'm
I think
not
they're
sure.
called.
I
Well,
don't
nevertheless,
believe
is
so.
that the only one?
The only fan, I will have to double check in your front, but as of right now, this is the only one that I know about.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
Okay. Este, la piso, agua aquí. Este, levántale, agua arriba.
Okay.
Okay? Me no mucho español, so perdón.
Don't.
Okay? So, piso,
Yeah.
arriba, arriba.
It's the same. Yeah.
Okay?
Normal.
Okay.
And then we have a little push thing.
Okay.
Okay?
And that has a button to turn it off and on up there, the
It,
shower.
it has a button to slide over to where you can control the water flow. Okay,
Okay.
you could trickle it out depending on, like some people, they only have so much water in the tank and they're going for multiple days. So you could take like a drip shower or a full shower.
And can you turn it off there too?
Turn off
While
the,
you're soaping up, if you're running on tanks only?
your water is controlled down here.
Okay.
So if you want to turn off your water, you turn it off from here. You want to turn it back
Okay.
on, you turn it back on.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Y allá no dice que
We do
este
have
aire
your
va
2
para
pumps.
acá.
What? I'm sorry, one second.
No problem.
Perdón.
No lo sé.
Sí, un chorro. Ven, pon esa mano aquí. Más.
Oh.
¿Se lo sientes?
Okay.
¿Te
No,
ayuda?
no,
Okay.
ya.
Ajá.
Okay.
You see
Okay.
why I say you guys may want to cover those to help push more air down
Ya,
this
como
way?
compré
Ya,
para
ya.
el cuarto de Tonio para tapar
Ya,
esos.
ya, ya.
Si lo
Ya,
tapo,
se
nos va a
ve
dar.
más allá.
Voy a ver una manera de taparlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got 2 over here, so you're going to want to cover up these.
Yeah, and there's one in the bathroom too, I think.
Yeah, I do believe so. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, one in the bathroom. I got 2 in here, and one in there.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
So if you cover these up, it's going to push all that air down towards you.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
You do have your 2 basic bunks. These lights for both your bunks are going to be actual push buttons on the light. Okay? They are not tied into your main light switch source.
Okay.
Okay? Does
Okay.
have an emergency window in case of a fire. This window pulls out. You pull on this tab to pop the screen out. You're able to jump out the window.
Soy de emergencia.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay?
¿Y esa no tenía una
Pues-
lámpara? ¿No?
With,
No, pero una lámpara que colgaba bonita.
¿Para
¿No?
qué?
Una lámpara que colgaba bonita, no está.
Colgando, no.
No,
Va a pegar la cabeza. Como la espalda.
no, es que yo vi en el otro lo mejor.
with,
Okay,
these,
vamos a checar.
with these shades, buddy, after a time, they're going to lose tension, okay?
Okay.
And what that means is like when you go to pull it up, it's going to fall down on its own over time.
Okay.
When that happens, what you do, you take these strings and you give it an extra wrap around on these little circle tabs, and it will
Okay.
de-tension it, okay?
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
I
over
get it.
time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the way you open and close is manually just up
Yes,
and
so
down.
you just pull it down
Okay.
and push it up.
Okay.
Okay.
This weight here, 300 pounds, is that for the ladder or for the bed?
I believe it's for both.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure? And that one is a storage inside?
No.
Or no? No.
And the reason why this isn't storage, buddy, you see how you got a water line in here and a couple other things? You don't want to put anything in there because as you're driving, stuff is bouncing around. You don't want it to hit one of these pipes, crack, and now all of a sudden you guys got a leak. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Me personally, I would not store anything in there. Okay? If you do choose to store something in there, maybe something small, pillows, blankets, stuff that's light. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Moving over here, this breaks down into a bed. Do you know how that works?
Go ahead and do it. Just, yeah, if you don't mind.
Not a problem, but
And these open and close the same way, right?
the shades?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, when traveling, I do suggest traveling with this table not on the leg, okay?
Okay.
And the reason why is because this table is going to be shaking and rattling,
Yeah.
and it's going to wear out these screws over time.
Cuando viajamos quitamos eso.
So I'm just trying to, throw a couple ideas out there so to help this last a little bit longer for you guys, okay?
Okay.
In this instance, you will put both the table legs down there. Now you guys got a small bed.
Okay.
Okay? This couch also does pop out to a bed also. You want me to pull that out for you too, buddy?
So that might be a safe way to travel right there, no?
Yes, sir. I was going to tell you that. It's not going to slide past this point, and then when you bring your slide in, it's going to help keep it secured.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave it like that, bud.
Okay. Okay.
Another thing you could do, I like where it's at, because like I said, right here, it stops it from sliding out. But if you don't want it sliding around, you can always shop it straight down. Okay?
Okay.
But in this instance, like I said, it will help you stop, but then you're going to have all that bounce, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This does pop out into a little bed also.
Hay storage abajo.
Okay? And yes, you guys are allowed to store them in here. Yes, see.
Does that front door pull down or?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Now to close this, just pop it back up.
Okay, got it, got it.
Alright?
Mejor que lo-
Over here we have your smoke alarm. Everything works.
Okay.
This down here, buddy, this is your carbon monoxide / LP detector.
Okay.
Now, you guys plan on living in this full time? Or do you plan on storing it for a month at a time, 3 months at
Storing
a time?
it. Mhm.
Okay. Now with this is one of the things, the lights on your radio, a couple things in here will run 24/7 while you have it stored. This is why I do suggest either a battery disconnect, so you could kill all the power while you're storing this so your battery's not getting chewed up, Or if you want, you could just take the leads off the top of your battery whenever you do store it. And that will conserve your battery power, okay?
Okay. Nothing I need to do with that, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
As long as the light is green, that means everything's safe.
Okay.
Okay?
And go ahead.
We have your electric heater. Now you guys do have two ways of getting heat. One through your thermostat with your propane. Since you guys are going to be at the RV park, I will be using this more. Okay? This is your electric thermostat. Now we do have your on-off button.
Oh, okay.
It changes lights. This I really, really like, buddy. Changes how dark the flames are, what colors they are.
And the sticker stay? Or
You could take it off.
Okay.
You could take it off, yes.
Okay.
It also has a timer, 30 minutes, hour, I believe goes as high as 8 hours. Oh, 9 hours. Okay, you can set this on a timer.
Okay.
Then it also has a temperature. Low, high, and whatever 30 means. I do not know.
And there's a way to raise and lower the temperature? Is there up and down arrows or?
No, sir, just low,
Oh, low and high.
high.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And 30, I do not know what the 30 means. So we will have to read the booklet to figure out what the 30 means. But I do know we got a low and a high.
Okay.
Okay? And then your power button.
And turn it on just so I can feel the heat come out. Just curious where it comes out.
Comes out from up there, bro.
It takes a minute or is
Nope,
it doing
it's
it?
already
It's
starting
doing
to warm
okay.
up.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. What's your radio? To turn it off, you have to hold this button down till you see it says goodbye.
Okay.
But as you see, it still says the time and everything. This will
Right.
slowly drain your battery over time, okay?
Okay. Gotcha.
Now, you do have two options with your radio, okay? You have your zone 1, which is inside, and your zone 2, which is outside. Okay? Zone 1 is your inside music. You could turn off the inside in case you got people sleeping in here. Continue your party outside. Okay? Zone 2 is outside. So in case you guys got neighbors complaining, you could turn off your outside stuff. Continue your party inside. Okay? You could turn on zone 1 and zone 2 and you have music both in and out.
Okay.
Okay? You also do have, you can connect your aux cord to here. USB, HDMI. You connect a whole bunch of stuff to here. Okay?
Okay.
This is where you put your DVD player and all that stuff. I got your TV mounts installed.
Okay.
Now, me personally, you got
I'm sorry. Where you said that had a fuse somewhere?
behind the radio.
And how do you pull that out?
You would pop this cap off with a screwdriver. There's 4 screws.
Okay.
Remove those 4 screws and there's a fuse back behind there, okay?
All right.
Some of them have glass fuses, some of them have a 1.5 fuse.
Okay.
I'm not exactly positive which one this has behind it, but I do know it has a fuse behind it,
Okay. Gotcha.
okay?
Gotcha.
Now with your TV mount, this is a solid mount, okay?
Uh huh.
But with me, these trailers aren't built like a regular house, okay? So let's keep that in mind. You could have a TV up here and leave it permanently mounted. That is okay. If you do that, I would suggest getting the straps that come from top to bottom to help secure it. And the reason why, when you're traveling down the road, this thing is bouncing. You know what I mean? Over 5 years of that, there's a chance these screws are going to get worn out and the TV will come down. So that's one of the ways to try to battle that, getting the 2 straps to help secure this back, okay? Or, my opinion, okay, will be every time you guys go to travel, remove the TV. Set it
Okay.
down on one of the beds.
And to remove it, there's going to be like 4 screws.
There's going to be
or
4
something?
screws in the back. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I do have your 2 TV boxes over here. And inside your boxes, you do have your instructions and the screws to go ahead and put those 4 screws in the back. Okay? Whenever you guys buy the TV and you install it, it's just 4 screws you're going to have to put on the back of that X thing, and then you're all set.
Okay. Okay. And what's in the bag there? Is that all the
I'm going
manuals?
to come back around to that. Yes, sir. That's
All right.
all the manuals.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to finish doing the walk, then we'll come back and do that, and then I'll go over some maintenance stuff with you also, okay?
Okay.
Same thing in the bedroom, okay? You guys probably won't be able to go bigger than like a 20-something inch TV in here, you know what I mean? But do keep in mind, if you do leave it, get the straps. If not, remove it and take it down whenever traveling.
So like a 24-inch in there?
Yeah, you may be able to go a little bit bigger, but like I said, we don't got too much space in here, so you ain't gonna be able to get a 32 or 40, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
do keep that in mind, all right?
Okay.
Another emergency window in case of a fire. All
Okay.
right? This bed does pop up, and you do have storage under here. You can't store anything under there. There is no pipes or anything under there, okay?
Okay.
You guys do have outlets on both sides and USB chargers. Okay.
Oh, EUSB para los celulares a los dos lados.
Chiquitos, okay?
I'm gonna go over here just to
Not a problem.
see a
but
little
I
better.
Kinda tight.
Puedes ir, you know, como
Both your lights inside your bedroom are gonna be push button, okay?
Okay.
They do not work off a light switch, all right? So you're gonna.
Yeah, they're not on the main.
They're not on the main bus.
Okay.
So you're gonna physically have to turn these on and off, okay?
Okay. Okay.
You guys do have two nice little drawers on the side, some clothing with a clothes hanger inside of here. All right. You guys got any questions about the bedroom area?
No, only if I want a fan at night. I guess I can put one on the table here and plug it in.
Plug it in, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now, this unit does come with multiple different appliances, okay? So I do have all your paperwork in here. Got all your different registration, warranty information, all that good stuff in here, okay? One thing that we do not install is your toilet paper holder, okay?
Okay.
People like them on the right side, the left side. You know how under your sink your cabinet opens? Some people like to put them on the interior of that cabinet, which I think is a good idea. It keeps it out the way. And
Oh, the sink?
Yes, sir. Nobody could bump into it and break it off, you know? So I really thought that was a really good idea, okay?
Okay. So inside there, if we say wanted to put, you know, a hookup for a jacket or a spoon or something
like that.
Can you screw into these walls, or is it better to stick? Or
You can screw into these walls, but what I would suggest is using a stud finder, okay?
okay.
And
So there's actually wood studs.
yes, sir, throughout this.
Okay.
Because if you don't catch it on the wood, it's just going to be caught on the panel. The panel's only this thin, and like I said, with all the bouncing and shaking, depending on the weight you put on it, there's a chance it may rip out, okay?
Okay.
So
okay.
if you do decide to add extra stuff into the wall, try to use a stud finder or physically find yourself a stud, okay?
I got you.
Do be careful on the length of the screws you use, because you don't want it to pop out your other side, okay?
Okay. Okay.
One important thing I would like to break down to you guys is, you guys got 3 keys here, okay? You got your compartment key.
That's the storage up
Your
there?
storage,
Okay.
yes, all the way around. You got your top lock and your deadbolt, okay?
Okay.
Your deadbolt is a unique key, all right? But your top lock and your compartment key is a super generic key. Almost anybody who owns a trailer, whether it's a fifth wheel or travel trailer, has these same keys. Okay, I like to warn everybody. I do have guys who come in here who are hunters, who keep firearms. You know, I do also have older people who live in them full time. They got family heirlooms, generators, stuff like that. My big concern is if somebody's at an RV park and you got one of these grandmas with a grandkid there who's messed up on drugs, he goes bouncing through units stealing stuff. You know what I mean? I do like to warn everybody about your compartment key and your top lock key. Okay? Depending on how you feel and what you keeping in here, you guys may want to get these rekeyed, maybe change out the locks, all depending on how you personally feel. But I don't want none of your stuff to go missing because I didn't say anything to you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right?
Como digo, todos tienen la misma llave. No hay una chapa que no, para mantenernos seguros, pero para abrir todo afuera. Entonces con tiempo voy a cambiar eso.
At this time, I'm going to give you guys each a set of keys, so in case somebody loses one, the other person got the extra set.
Okay.
I would like to ask you a question. Now, when you guys bring this to the RV park or you store it, is it going to be in an open lot or a covered lot?
So I'm going to get covered, but right now the only thing available is open. So I'm going to be open until there's a covered available.
Okay. Now, with Arizona sun gets really bad, okay? It gets super hot out here in Arizona. You have a rubber roof membrane, okay? Now, they have this stuff inside called the RV rubber roof treatment. I believe we charge like 2 hours to do it here, or it's something you could do at home yourself. But it's a super big maintenance thing for me that I would like to bring up to you, okay? Now, without that treatment, this rubber roof in the summertime, it would absorb the sun and the heat. And over time, it'll wind up drying out and cracking over many years. You know what I mean? With this rubber roof treatment, if you're going to store this outside or in an uncovered lot, I would suggest doing it once before the summer and once after the summer. And what the rubber roof treatment does, instead of your rubber roof absorbing that heat and drying out, it will reflect it off of it and keep it rubbery. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw ballpark figure. This is just, talking. Let's just say this roof lasts normally 7 years on normal coaches. If you do that treatment, that will push it up to like 10 years or so. You know what I mean? So depending on how long you keep this and what conditions, you may want to look into doing that. Okay. If you do choose to do it yourself, it's not hard to do. You do not have a ladder on the back, so you put the ladder off onto the side, spray off your roof with a hose, get all the dirt off, let it dry, okay? You're going to get some of that rubber roof stuff. They sell it in a gallon for like $35. It could do like 10 treatments on this thing, all right? Okay. And what you do
So you just paint a thin layer?
Yes, sir. You just pour it on there and use a rag or a sponge or even a roller and just pop it on there real quick, all right? It will make a big difference, especially with the investment you guys are making. I personally would do it myself, but I like to throw that information to you, okay? Okay. Also, do keep in mind, when you guys have this stored or parked in one location, the sun is going to hit one side of the RV most of the time because the sun rises on one side and it sets on the other, okay? Okay. Now, the only issue that will create over time is you will lose your tire pressure over time. So let's just say your tires are set for 65 over here. They may go down to 58 on this side, okay? Whenever moving this thing, you always want to check your tire pressures. And the reason why is because if you're running on 58 here and 65 there, you're going to burn up these two tires faster, and then they're going to run uneven, and it's going to cause issues down the road. So always make sure you check your tire pressures before you travel, okay? Okay. Do you guys got any questions or concerns for me?
The micro is normal.
Yeah, normal microwave.
And that with the light and fan.
Okay. That's for the furnace?
Yes. Any of these vents that come out the floor?
Is for the heat?
Yes, sir. It's for the heat.
Okay.
All right. Anything up on the ceiling is for the AC.
Okay. Let me shut this off.